And here's the result of about 2.5 days of really hard work. Let's go take a look. All right, dudes and dudettes, it's been a heck of a week. We've been super busy. We got lots of cool things to share with you all. But I think first of all, you know what? We're gonna roll this in and spoil the surprise. Let's go do this one first. Change of plans. We got upgrades. And you know, we got rescues, we got upgrades, but this is a big deal for us. And I'm sorry, we've got no video of the tear down, the transport, or the setup. It was one of those deals where we, you know, at the tear down, the gentleman we purchased this from, probably not a big, you know, doesn't want to be on the cameras, which is cool. I'm fine with that. And plus, we're there to get it down, and he sold this to us for a deal. So it's on his property. He's helping us take it down and load it on a trailer. So we're not going to stop and move cameras and tripods around and all that. And then once we got it home, no real time to get vidya and stuff, because the guy at home thought it might sit on the trailer for a day or two and we might get to splain something. But no, neighbor John, go back and watch the insulation vidya. He helped us out a ton there. Well, he came to our rescue once again. He's like, I'll be over, and we're going to unload it. And then unloading quickly turned into beginning to erector set things. And then the very next day, another good friend. We got really good friends and neighbors in these parts of the country. Some of y'all are probably missing out on that. But day 3, there's one minor issue with this item, and another friend says, I can help you fix that. So day 3, we jump over there to the neighboring town, get that fixed up, and I'll explain that too. And then back here for final assembly, testing, and here's the result of about 2.5 days of really hard work. We got liftage. We're not even there yet. We're not even to the top. There's our ceiling. Check it out, dudes and dudettes. We picked up a 4-post lift. Now, I don't want any smart alecky comments about 2 versus 4 or whatever. Here's the deal. Everything, every single thing we do here is on a budget. We've never gone into debt. We've never had a loan to accomplish what we're accomplishing around here. And this is no different. This lift taken down, purchased, installed, electricity, one minor repair, everything. We got less than $1,000, but far less than $1,000 into this hot rod. So I need to get at jail. Can you let me down?
I guess.
We'll walk you through here. All right, so what we have is a very old, I'm gonna guess this thing is circa 1980s to 90s. 4-post, we're missing a 1 here, 12,000 pound forward. I think they're still in business. They're called forward lifts, but they're still in business. American made 4-post lift. We got it all anchored down. It's got 220 30-ish bolts come out of that box there through the cord. Got one big cylinder up here. Now this is not one of them newfangled, you know, lifts that you can put a car on, and if it's not loaded, you can jack it up and roll it around. It doesn't happen that way. But we also didn't have to spend, you know, $8,000 to $12,000 to have that fancy lift. What we have is, you can't do that with this one, because this top piece up here is the heart, and the heart is really heavy. That bar with the piston and the bracketries, 400 or 500 pounds, something like that. So it's not gonna be happy not bolted down. So we got ramps. They're adjustable sideways, and it just works. Now we had one little snafu. The pump sounds great, the motor sounds great. We had one snafu, and it was leaking significantly from the output seal on the cylinder. And like I said, we got good friends and good places.
What about your miscalculation?
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. We got good friends and good places, and that was an issue. The other issue was completely this guy's fault. And I took pictures. I took pictures of it coming apart. Everything went back together like I thought it would. However, in the lengthwise from that post to that post, outside of the square, the building we took it out of, that measured 186 inches. Now, it was on a very uneven floor because it was also a wash bay and it had a drain in the middle. And we get everything over here, and this floor is excellent. It's super level. And we set this piece got transported by itself. All of this, I'll put a picture of it loaded on the trailer here. It was interesting, but we made it. So we stand this up, and it's at 184 and a half inches. And at the time, neighbor John and we had to push to try and get it to 186. So rather than do that, we figured, I chalked it up to, it was on an uneven floor, and I think it would be happier having us not, you know, put a ton of pressure into spreading it out just to get to where we were. And I know these lifts, I've worked with these lifts myself. There is some, you know, movement built into them. So we settled on about 184 and a half inches, about 1.5 inches shy of the mark where it came out of. Side to side, we went exactly the same. And got everything in, everything bolted down. We went to slide these ramps in. This guy here and here, and they're notched at that end and that end. Well, the short story is, now they're notched 1 inch more on this end. 1.25 inches more on this end, because they would not fall in between the end bars. And so that was my screw up. But it wasn't a horrible fix. It took about 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and it was dirty. We cut and plasmarred and did all that. But now, if you look at this thing, we'll go up just a hair. On these style lifts, you should be able to do this. And you want them free floating. And so we're perfectly good now. We didn't have to, luckily we didn't have to unbolt anything. We just had to trim, and there was one little support that we re-welded in and that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you what, we've had the white truck on here. We've had
the white truck on overnight.
Yeah, we put something on it overnight, and it didn't fall down. So that's bonus. Jalen had his pit bike on here. We've had the Vantastic was on here.
Golf cart went up while you were gone.
Oh, did it? The golf
Yeah.
cart? We've been having a hoot of a time. But and one more thing, because one of you eagle-eyed viewers out there is going to notice decal here, missing decal here. These two posts are, that one should probably be up here, but they're the same size. Everything works the same. Kind of a funky way, you know, the safety latches and stuff like that. When we took it apart, we thought we were going to have issues with trying to get you some better light here. We thought we'd have issues, you know, with putting it back together, but really the patience and taking your time. But the one caveat, and if you're doing this, taking it down and putting it back up one of these bad rides, measure your footprint before you take it down and make sure you get that exact same footprint. That was the one thing that you know, the one big screw up, but we fixed it. Anywho, it's in, all the wiring is done. The leak has been fixed. We took the cylinder off, took it and got seals. We got a farmer friend of ours who is just a brainiac on old tractors and hydraulics and stuff. He will tackle anything. I'm not a hydraulics guy, but he said, we can do this. And less than $25 in seals and O-rings later, and we had her rebuilt and happy as a clam. This is the big shop edition for 2025. Yeah, Jalen's gonna show you on this side. They have these little rods welded on top of the thing, so that makes it easier to slide these ramps and adjustamolate it for your car or whatever you want. It's a piece of gravy. So this is going to help us out big time, and because we didn't spend a fortune on it, that means we still got a couple dollars left over in the piggy banks to where, you know, we didn't dole out for this. Every time you spend less than what you're expecting to, life is good. So Jalen just made a good point. He said, but then we got that extra money, we got to go spend it. Well, that's it for this one. A little short shop update for you. The next video, and if you've seen our social medias a little bit, we brought home another one. Thanks for watching our stuff. Click like, subscribe, you know the deal. We'll catch you on the next video.